Hey, Gordon Evans here with Tactical Hyve at the Glock store. Today, this quick tip is going to be something about the OODA Loop. Probably some people have heard about the OODA Loop, but not everybody. OODA Loop stands for Observe, Orient, Decision, Action. Everybody does this all day long. From the time you were a kid, when you couldn't tell if you could cross the street in time, but now when you're driving a car, you make spontaneous decisions. The more times you see that situation, the easier it is for you to make that decision. So I don't know if you've done that, but if you're carrying concealed, which a lot of people are nowadays, I want you to make sure that you've covered as many of those OODA loops as you can so that it gets as close to what a situation that you could be in. One of those is a lot of people always practice drawing from the surrender. They're like, no, I don't want anything to do with it. And they always practice the same way. Okay? That's great. I was teaching a guy one time, we taught him this, but his hands were down here, so they come up here and went to here, because he had never practiced going from his sides. So try your practice going from your sides, practice from your hands over here. You can even grab a hold something. This is something you're carrying. You can do it two ways. This is a bag of clothing that you just purchased and you're walking out. I can easily get rid of this. Throw it down and go to your draw. But if this is my child's hand, what am I going to do? Am I going to let go of my child so that I can grab my gun? So that's where you're going to have to come in on your OODA Loop. Have you ever drawn from seated position? Can you get your gun from the seated position? All of that comes into play of going as many different positions as you can, because once you've done it one or two times, then your brain, if you encounter a situation that is similar to, will say, I've seen that before, and that takes all that decision-making out of it. That long decision-making time, it shortens it, and what you're doing is you're shortening your OODA Loop so you can make decisions faster. So practice that. So if it's in my hand, I can draw, come up, okay, good. What happens if my hands are at my side? I can still get to my gun. What happens if I'm on my knee? Some guys might carry and you go, I can't get to my gun there. That's a good thing to know, isn't it? So just practice as many different positions as you can and as many different scenarios as you can, and that'll shorten your OODA Loop, so when if something, the worst day of your life happens, you're ready. So if you have any questions on this, also OODA Loop, you can look it up online and you'll get a lot more detail on it. But if you have any questions, comments, get with us on the forum and we'll be glad to answer your questions.